Are you looking to get for your foreign employees a work permit? This has got you covered. I will be taking you through on a step-by-step tutorial on how you can successfully get for your employees a work permit. Hey guys, welcome back to EA Vlogs. This is Edmond. I like to keep it simple as well as educational on this channel. I'll be taking you through so many things, though today we shall be looking on how can I get a work permit for my foreign employees. Maybe you have people who are willing to come and work with you in your NGO. Now this video is meant for you. Now, if you are new on this channel, I recently made a video about how to apply for a tourist visa if you are thinking of coming for tourism in a country, maybe medical, a conference, whatever. Now, today I want us to look at a work permit. How can I get a work permit for my employees? I have done this practically. We have people, I know someone who has an NGO, and it was really a nice experience. I was able to get for some foreign people, friends, work permits. Now today I want to show you so that you don't have to go through a hassle, because I had to meet people for the first time. I didn't know the exact place to go to, the right person to help me out. And I have decided today to share with you some of the expectations that are out there from the first step, what are the requirements and all that. And that is what we shall be looking at in this video. Now, as I told you, I like keeping it simple, and today we are still going to be using my cell phone because that is the easiest way how you can do it. Remember, nowadays it's all online. Everything has been put up online. You want to apply for a passport to those in Uganda, it's online. You want to everything. Now, remember I shared with you the immigration website yesterday on the recent video. Still, I'm going to use the same website today to get for you how the process and their requirements and some of the basic questions that you should expect. Today we shall still record my screen such that you won't miss out on the steps, or wherever I will be going, I'll make sure that you are also able to see. So let me pull out my phone. And so the first thing, make sure your internet is on, either using mobile or you're using what is that, Wi-Fi. Now let me go to my browser, Brave, using Brave. Then immediately you will put the link in, then you search it. Now it takes you direct to the immigration portal page or the website. Now, just as a disclaimer, you accept after reading through. Now the difference with this one, the difference with the work permit and tourist visa is when you find the three categories, the visa category and subcategory. Now this time you will choose entry permit, okay? The entry permit, then go to the category, which is the next part. And now there are so many classes, okay? There is class A, diplomatic service. There is another class A, official service. Class A2, government contractors. Now you choose from what area that you will be working at. Then you proceed to class C, mining, but let us go to our NGO and the missionaries. Now that is class G1, missionaries and volunteer NGO workers. Now when you click on that, it will take you to the subcategory that you will choose the duration or the period that you want for your employees. Now it starts with an option of 6 months, 12 months, 24 months or 36 months. Now you will choose depending. I'm going to choose 36 months, okay? Now immediately when you click on that, it will show you the necessary documents that you should represent as you are applying for the work permit. Now, one is the certified copy of qualifications. Now these are your documents of your qualifications certified, okay? Then the copy of recent passport size photographs. Now this all will be requested that you upload them while you are submitting. Then you will also be asked to show your copy of the passport, the biodata page, covering letter from the organization. Now the organization inviting, or the organization that you are going to be working for, they must have a written document that you should also upload to show that you have been invited or you are known by the organization that you will be working for. Now this other one is a bit tricky, which says the clearance letter from the Interpol or home country. Now I experienced something that when I was doing it myself, the clearance letter from the home country was not allowed. Actually, they wanted Interpol, the one of Uganda, the Interpol letter, which comes with a clearance police letter also. So make sure when you come, the first thing you do, you must go to the Interpol offices and you get an Interpol clearance letter from Uganda. Then appointment letter from the organization. Now this must have the stamp, okay, and the signature of one of the administrators, okay, of the organization asking for you. Then the last requirement is very sensitive. This one gave me a very hard time. The recommendation letter from the NGO Bureau. Now the NGO Bureau also, their requirements are also found online, just as I'm going to show you here. Now when you go to the NGO Bureau page and you put the recommendation, it comes up on your screen. It says, just as you see on mine, it says the recommendations for requirements for a recommendation for a work permit. Now trust me, without a work permit recommendation letter from the NGO Bureau, it doesn't matter if you have the other requirements. If you do not have this one, then you are disqualified. You cannot apply for a work permit. Now the purpose of this is that the NGO Bureau must check the NGO whether it is in their database where they have been filing returns. That is just basically why they do that. Now to cut through to the requirements that you will need, or the documents that you will need to represent when you go to the NGO Bureau. Now those who may not know the location, currently they are located in what house is that? In town, Kingdom Kampala. Yeah, I'd forgotten the place. Kingdom Kampala, that is where they are located. Now the NGO Bureau also has put an effort to make sure that you are able to access these documents online, just as I'm going to show here on my screen. Now when you go to the requirements for a recommendation letter from the NGO, they take you direct to the page. You must include Uganda, okay? Now this is the page that we shall be looking at. It has all the requirements, all the documents that you will need when you are going to apply for a work permit at the Bureau. Now the location of the offices is Kingdom Kampala, I think level 5, that is where they are located currently. Now here it says that the NGO Bureau writes recommendations to the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration, in brackets DCIC, for foreigners who apply for class J1. Remember, that's the class you are applying for. Missionaries and volunteers. Work permits, okay? Recommendation letters are issued to organizations that meet the following requirements. Now you as an NGO, you must make sure that all these requirements are updated, okay? You have them just to show the validity of your organization. That's basically the purpose. Now I think there are 15 requirements, and the first one, they will ask for a cover letter addressed to the Executive Director, NGO Bureau, requesting for a work permit recommendation and stating number of months that you have requested for. Now this one, you write it to the Executive Director of the NGO Bureau. Then secondly, they will ask for a photocopy of the work permit of the beneficiary's employment or engagement contract / agreement. Now this one, it is from the organization giving it to the employee or the person that they intend to work for them. Then the third requirement is an appointment / invitation letter of the beneficiary. Now this one also still comes from the NGO, that you write inviting the employee that you are calling to come and work in Uganda. Then the fourth is the list of foreign and local staff working with the NGO, their job titles and duration of each staff's contract. Now you must have this on a table form whereby you put, you know, the position, the name, and how long their contract is the duration of their contract. Then the fifth is a valid certificate of good conduct of the beneficiary. Now I mentioned earlier that you must go and get an Interpol letter which comes with a police clearance, clearing the employee that they do not have any criminal record and they are not running away from any crimes and they may have committed from their country. Then the sixth requirement, now all these are single documents that you present there, okay? Curriculum vitae, just basically a CV of the past experience, the work experience, the education experience of the employee who will be working with the NGO. Then the seventh is a rationale for recruitment of foreign employees / succession plan except for volunteers. Now this one basically describes what your organization does or why you are recruiting these foreign employees, what they will be doing basically. Then the eighth requirement that they will also ask for is a photocopy of the organization's registered constitution or memorandum and articles of association or any other documents governing the organization. Now this one, every NGO has it, because by the time you were applying to get an NGO certificate, you had to represent this. Now it is the same document that you will present there. Then the ninth is a chart showing the organizational structures as stipulated in its registered constitution of memorandum and articles of association or any other documents governing the organization. Now this one, the NGO must have it also. Then a certified or notarized copy of certificate of incorporation from Uganda Bureau, Uganda Registration Service Bureau or URSB, or equivalent from the country of origin. Then the 11th is original proof of payment for certificate of a permit of operation and certificate of registration. For every application made, validity of the permit of operation should be at least 7 months. So this just means that if you have just opened your NGO, for 7 months you won't be able to apply for a work permit for a foreigner or a foreign employee. Your NGO must have been in operation for more than 7 months, okay, in active operation, so that you'll be in position to apply for a work permit for a foreign employee. Then 12 is certified copy of academic documents of the beneficiary from the institution or a notarized copy. Now it must be notarized in Uganda, okay? If it is not notarized, they will ask you to notarize it, because they will not, just basically to prove its validity to them. Then followed by photocopy of passport biodata page. Now this one is of the employee who's intending to work, you just make a copy. Then a photocopy of the immigration status, basically the visa page, that is 11. Then 15th is tax identification number or the TIN number, certificate of the organization from URA, just to show that you are a recognized NGO in the Uganda Revenue Authority. Now there is an important note here that you must also do. It says only NGOs that appear on the updated National NGO Register or UNNR can apply for this service. Now your NGO must be up to date with this, okay? Now how to submit? Submissions of the application should be made to the NGO Bureau in hard copy. It's important to note that in hard copy, they want the physical documents represented there to the NGO Bureau. Now documents then it's continuing to say that for ease of cross-checking and verification, documents in the Spring file should be arranged according to the order in this table of requirements. Now from the first requirement to the last, that is the order that they must follow one another, okay? Now after you have all the requirements, usually the recommendation letter takes like 2 weeks, okay, 14 days roughly. Now I have, in my sample video, I have applied for 36 months, basically 3 years, and here you will be required to also pay $750. That is for the employee, the applicant. Then there you will go to the next step. Now there is something very, very important. Now here it says that note, new entry permit classes are 400. Yes, 400 applied for under invest facilitation, B2, C, C2E and G3. Now that one is topic of another day. Now if you go to the next page, page 2, there are usually 4 steps. There is the application type, fill the form, add documents, and then the 4th is submit after everything has been put up. Then I want to talk about the organization code. Now you cannot apply for anybody, a foreigner, or work permit, if your company does not have an organization code. Now if you want to learn how you can get, if you do not have already an organization code, just comment, then I will be able to give you the basic requirements that you will need to take to the immigration offices for them to generate for you an organization code. It's free of charge at the moment, I don't know, but basically that is it. Now the usual basic questions, the personal data. Now this must correspond, as I always tell you, it must correspond on what is on the passport, the given names, the surname, date of birth, your gender, the marital status, your current nationality. If you have a dual nationality, you must also state that. Then your former nationality, if applicable, your place of birth, it also must be the same place of birth in your passport, because they will weigh the two to check out your information that you give, the country of residence. All these questions are basically, I don't want to go through all of them. Okay, then you will be asked to confirm that all the information that you have provided in this form is accurate and valid. Then the usual basic one is I am not a robot. You check that, then you will be able to go to the next step, whereby you will submit all the documents that they have asked for, just as you saw in the previous page, which is here. Let me see, just going back quickly. Here they ask for the certified copy of qualifications, the copy of recent passport size photograph, copy of passport, the biodata, the covering letter from the organization, clearance letter from the Interpol or home country, appointment letter from the organization. Then by that time, I believe you must have the recommendation letter from the NGO Bureau. Now if this video has been informative to you, if you have learned something, I'm so glad that you were able to. Now don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates. Thank you.